bit of a delay there. Seems like we're having some internet issues. Sorry about the slow start to that video. All right, so I wanted to do a update on Ethereum, and too bad I didn't get the video started a second earlier or a few minutes earlier when I was first having problems. I wanted to tell you guys I don't think this range is going to hold. If you're range trading this, day trading this over the last few days or the weekend, you've gotten used to bouncing from around 1300 up into the basically people front running more and more. The basically used to be a 350 top is what it was, and now it's become like 339. I mean, it just keeps getting walked down. You got on this last bounce, you got people front running it to 330, 342, 330, 380, even with the wicks. The candles themselves were closer to 332. So they just continue to front run it. And by front run it, I mean either the bulls selling early to make sure they get their profits, or the bears stepping in that much earlier and just continuing to walk you guys down. If you look back in the past, you were more getting the wicks through here and really pushing up into the like 1343, 1345 ranges. But when you look back in history, this used to actually push up very consistently to this 1350 range. And, that was when people start thinking they're breaking out, they start FOMOing in. But the reality was that the bears would step in every time and push you back down here. And then you'd end up below this line and back into this channel. Well, as time goes on, they're gaining more and more confidence, more and more control. You're in a downward market, you're in a downward trend, you're in a bear market. So, they're just continuing to win more and more and more and more and more confidently. So pay attention to these ranges and don't let yourself get confused when you hit different ones. And I was wanting to say, I didn't think this 1300, 1305, whatever you want to call it, would hold, and that most likely you'll come down and hope to catch a little bit more support right here in the like 1290 range. People start front running the buys. I mean, the low of it's like 1285 basically. But more than likely, I would see you. I mean, depending on what the S&P and Bitcoin are going to do right now, but the S&P is selling off right now. Probably going to come all the way back down to support around the 3702 range. It's called 3700, and you're currently at 3713 and pushing down. So considering this one's already to here, another few points, yeah, you're probably coming down and testing this unless the S&P bounces back real quick, and then it'll pull right back up through this line and you'll start holding support on here again. And for a quick trade, you could come in and buy this, especially for guys trading on leverage. You come in and buy this up with leverage, and then just bounce up here for a quick 30 points basically and get out. That's what I'd be doing personally if I was range trading this today. That's just today. I mean, if you're swing trading, you go wider. If you're trying to build a position for something else, you go bigger. You look for bigger gains. But as of right now, you probably have a more consistent route after this 2-day pump. We at least need to pull back for a second, retest where we're at in the S&P. I'd probably look for the bounces up here to short down to this level and then flip my position and just, I mean, if you're wanting to trade these short ranges, that's how tight it is and where it's at. Otherwise, if you're trying to buy for a later date, yeah, you could, be better off buying right this second at 1300 versus earlier at 1340. But I believe over the next couple of days, or worst case by this weekend, you'll get some, under 1300. You can start buying it 1260 to 1280 again is what I suspect. And if we get, a day or two of sell-offs in the stock market, we could actually come back down and retest something in the like 1250 to 1190 range, and that'd be a much better buy for you, especially if you want to hold for the longer term. If you once again, if you're just looking to range trade this and you're just on these low time frames trying to play with this today, this is basically what you're looking at. And we can even zoom in a little tighter real quick. Here's a 3-minute chart. See, you're starting to lose that. Let's go and look at a 1-minute chart. You can see the consistency of them pushing down, pushing down, pushing down, and then try to get some momentum to push back up here, probably in a candle or two on the 1-minute chart. But if not, I wouldn't pretend you're stopping anywhere in here. Not to say that you can't. I don't know everything, but most likely if you start to come up here and you start having resistance on this support line, you'll find yourself down here to this next line. That's what technical analysis is about, and that's what I'm trying to help you with. If I'm not giving you any ideas and you're just constantly everywhere else and I'm 100% wrong, you're not getting any confluence with these lines I'm drawing, then definitely stop following me. Follow someone who can give you something that makes more sense. But what you'll find is most of the people that you can follow, even some of the better guys, they don't even set themselves up for such failure. They're not going to come in on these low time frames and give you guys these scalps. They're not going to come in and put their reputation on the line to look like an idiot on these lines that won't hold very well. They'll stick to the more broader picture. They'll tell you, you're below 1500, and once you get confirmation you're above, you can start looking for resistance at 1800, 2000, and 2500. And if we lose this, you're looking for, support at, 1250, 1200, 11 something after that. I've been really trying to step in, and even if it makes myself look bad, although I've been pretty good lately on hitting them and giving you guys good lines to work with, but I try to come in on these low time frames and help you guys if you're trying to trade this while you're at work, or help you guys if you're trying to trade this while you're driving or commuting, or in between your breaks on the day you just check your phone and you're trying to do something. I mean, that's not the best way to trade, but obviously you can make money that way and it can work. And for people to understand that's what they're doing, with that loosey goosey kind of trading, I'm trying to give you something better to work off of, not just be like, oh, it's down a few percent, so I'm going to buy because it's, I just buy red, sell green. That's a great strategy, sure, on, a really simplistic, point of view. But why not be able to say, okay, it's red. Now look at how red it is. And let's look at, what that one guy said in his video, and try to find some people that are giving you some better advice on where to buy and when to buy. And like, if you're looking for something in the middle of this to hold, once again, zoom out and look left. Maybe we'll find support right here in just a moment when you bounce down here. Maybe you'll get it right around the 1298. And if you're, in an immediate rush to buy, try to buy this bounce. But if not, then plan on coming down here most likely, because you don't have confluence of anything else. You know what I'm saying? So you might very well get a bounce right here. Nope, see that? Right through it. Look at that. So now where are you going to go? Where are you going to stop? Now let's zoom out. Let's go to a higher time frame. See, this can be more educational if you get these crazy moments that happen while you're filming. So check this out on a 45-minute. Maybe that'll actually be too far zoomed out. We don't want to lose the action of what we're seeing here. Let's go to a 15-minute. That's fine. All right, so let's look at this on a 15-minute. Okay. Now, is this going to get bought right back up? You look left, you go, okay, we've had some times that we've wicked down in this area and yanked back up, but this was not a wick. This is a candle trying to close. Unless this gets, oh, well, that candle closed. Okay, so unless this next one that's starting is going to come through with authority, it'll be invalidated. But as of right now, you're starting to get this in-between balance that you can look back, and it lines up with right here. See that? Where these candle bodies close, not these wicks. Where these candle bodies close is where you got support on the wick of this candle that then pushed this back up. This could be, your brief quick buy for the day that you wait for with some patience. However, if that S&P loses 3,700, which it's fighting for right now, and technically has a little bit of a gap to fill below it down to like 3680, maybe even 3675 is the S&P could come down to. So if you're trading the SPY ETF, then you just remove a zero, it's 367.50. So that's still pushing down, so that's going to control this. Ethereum and Bitcoin are following the major markets. If the S&P is still pushing down, we're still pushing down. And if I was trading this actively right now, I'm actually, well, not completely out of the markets, but I'm not in any leverage trades, swing trading right now today. I've closed most of my positions. I made a lot of profits this morning on things that I was swinging in the major markets, and closed out some of these other positions yesterday on the pump. So as of right now, I'm just trying to get you guys some videos. But if I was trading this right now, I'd be watching an S&P 500 screen also on a low time frame, like 1 minute, 5 minute, and see what those candles are doing. If they start to push down, that'll give you an idea. This is going to continue to push down. As of right now, you're trying to make support. but this candle is having a tough time, starting to look like a dragonfly doji up. It's starting to almost curse there real quick. Getting in with a bunch of 18 and over videos because I can't watch my mouth. So, these are the levels that you pay attention to. And if you zoom out and look left, it helps you. But if you're someone who doesn't have access to these kind of charts, and, you don't look at opening a trading view account or any of these things, then, it helps to follow people that'll give you this information and break it down for you so that you're not just blindly buying wherever, whenever. If you lose a level, expect to go down to the next level. These levels are here for a reason. And if you're hoping to catch somewhere in the middle, then look left and try to find some confluence and some bottoms. And if you don't have time for any of that and you're just going to buy and sell at will, you buy, red, you sell green, that's fine. Find some decent people to give you some information at least. And even if you just put a note down in your phone or write it on your hand with a Sharpie, pay attention to the better places to buy. If you started off today and you're like, oh, I started buying some, yesterday and then it pumped up here, but now I'm negative when I got right here. So, right here you'd bought somewhere at 13.16 and now you're seeing red at, let's say you're seeing red at 13.04 and you're like, oh, I should buy, I'm more red. If you realize that I told you already lost this line, look for the next line and go down and get a better buy. So you'd realize that once you lost the like 13.5, 13.10 range, that your boy told you on this video to wait and buy at like 12.90 or 12.95, something like that. And that if you continue to actually see it trending down, which you can open up, at least even if you're trading like Robinhood or something, open up the live screen and see if it's still trending down and it hasn't reversed that course yet. You can say, oh, I'm probably going lower. Go down there and get that 12.85 or that 12.75 buy, he said, and break them up like that. The other thing, if you're like, okay, well, I seen it crashing, but then I had to go back to work. Learn to set limit buys. Put it in there that you want to buy whatever you're about to buy right now. If you're going to buy, $100, put in $50 to buy at, 12.80 and then another 50 at 12.70 or, 12.85, 12.75, something like that. But do whatever you can to start maximizing the results of your dollar cost average strategy rather than just constantly buying in the middle of something. And then, you see some gains up here, you see some negative down here. Don't do that. Buy down here and then see big gains up here and have a reason to get out and then wait till it comes back down here. Or if you trade both sides of the markets, flip short up here because you're at resistance and ride it back down. Make money up, make money down. So I'm gonna cut that off right there before we end up too long of a video. It's really wanted to teach you guys. Now I'm losing my, can't even talk. Just really wanted to get you guys a Tuesday update on Ethereum. Man, you should try talking on video sometime. I talk really well in public. I'm just a talker. But even me on video in privacy in my own home, comfortable trying to make this to you guys, you get so caught up thinking about just not saying the wrong thing. And a lot of times it's crazy. You'll get caught up feeling like you can't even find the words that you have and they're in your vocabulary. And then you'll get off the video and you listen to it and you're like, wow, why do I sound like an idiot? But enough of that. That's not helpful to you guys, me ragging on myself. So you guys trade these levels. If you have comments or questions, hit me up. Happy to help and, try to give you guys whatever you need. Try to tell me like a specific time frame or a specific stock or crypto or something that you're trying to, get some insight to. And I'm happy to help make you a quick video if I can in between my own trading, my own phone calls, stuff like that. All right, you guys, trade safely and wisely and have a good Tuesday.